innocent, they walk through fire. Bodies weary, spirits tested, but from the ashes they rose brighter. Two women, two warriors, and two women, two warriors, two stories stitched with love. Scars don't chain us down, they're maps of battles won. We rise together, stronger than before, turning pain to power, opening the door. Voices like a lighthouse, shining through the storm. The strength of a woman is to rise and rise once more. The world whispered, too hard, too heavy. They answered back, watch us. Even when the pain tried to break them, they move the mountains with love. Oh, we rise together, stronger than before, turning pain to power, opening the door. Voices like a lighthouse.
Good day, everybody. Welcome to your week. What is up, Miss Denise? How is it going?
Hey, it is Monday, right? It's
Yes,
a good
indeed.
day. It's a good start to the week. I can't believe it's Monday. I mean, it's just like the weekend just flew by.
It
You see,
always does.
yesterday I saw you.
That may have been true.
I didn't see you yesterday.
Did
Because
we not?
no,
Man, yesterday was a blur. Wait, what happened yesterday?
I know it was crazy. Like yesterday, just my day yesterday was extremely busy. We celebrated breast cancer survivors yesterday at my mom's Think Pink Tea, and they dolled her all up. She walked the runway and was absolutely beautiful with 19 other beautiful warriors, and we
Aww.
celebrated them all. It was so great. It was such a great time. It was so
Hello, yes. Banner, touch your tits, everybody. This is Breast
that's
Cancer
right.
Awareness Month. I
Yeah.
love that your local places are doing things about that. I love that the awareness, the responsibility, again, after you go through something, is to bring awareness, to
Mhm.
celebrate it, to acknowledge it. So that is brilliant. I love that they did that for her. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm huge compared to you. So I'm going to scoot back a little bit. I don't want to be so huge. I wanted a change of scenery, so I came in this room.
That's okay. And I can move up. So if you feel like we're
No,
a
no,
little
no. I just don't want
bit.
to be like, "Mwah, excuse you." Maybe if I would have written down what I did yesterday, I could remember it. So today is Happy Writer Day, National Writer Day.
Oh,
And I'm going to use today to slow down a bit after I get the thousands of other things I have to do today. I think tonight I want to reflect a little bit in honor of that. What about you, my darling?
yeah, definitely reflection's a great idea of just getting those stories down, and we talk about journaling all the time, right? That's another way of just getting those things written down and just building on that, and it adds to your strength, right? If you can write it down and think about it and things like that, it definitely helps you slow down and just pay attention to the things that are going on in life.
I agree.
Really believe.
And said you started saying just nourishing, and I thought of the fruits because today is also
It
a really
is.
fruit day.
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So
Yes,
we're
it
going
is.
to talk a little bit about that. I love the writing part, of course, but I still want to touch on the other things. We also have osteoporosis day. Again, be taking in your calcium, you guys. It's a serious thing. It does happen in women in menopause. a little more commonly, but it does not discriminate, just like the breast cancer
Right.
situation. So if you guys have gone through something like that or going through something like that, please let us know in the comments. We would love to hear from you. I'm very unfamiliar with that, but I know that they tested me a bunch of times for it, and still do for bone density and things like that after you have cancer, because it does affect those
Yeah.
things.
Osteoporosis is a big thing. And that goes for also, and go ahead and say, guys, National Menopause Day was on the 18th. So women that are going through that menopausal phase of life, it does affect them. Osteoporosis does affect you, and it does not matter your age. I went through medical menopause at age 28, and I went through menopause then, and it started my osteoporosis journey. I was in osteopenia, and due to
Wow.
working out and building my muscle strength helped me retract that some. So staying active helps with that. I can say that because I did it. So I know that it does help with that. So that's another thing that we're going to talk about today was menopause, National Menopause Day. It was on the 18th, and we weren't here on the 18th, so we thought we would mention it today.
Make a little mention of it because it does affect like half the world.
Mhm.
And there's a way to get through some of these things. And we have some homeopathic approaches like Steep Meat Teeth Apothecary. Would love to bring Sean in on that. I did talk to him this weekend and he is ready to come in and talk about some of
Woo!
the different things. So I will be getting with him. Maybe I'll do that while I'm in there live with you guys after and doing some of the invoices and things, because this isn't our only space and our only way. You know, Denise also is a physical trainer and I am a boutique
Retail
owner.
therapist.
So we have like a whole, yeah, like we have all these other things we're doing as well, and putting this little bit of value a day is important to us because it helps us
Right.
stop and be aware as well. Some days, you know, like today is really hard for us to fit something in, or and we find that when we're trying to go live at 4, this doesn't work. We're trying to get our Spotify, then my clapper kicked me completely out. So there's always going to be something seemingly, and
Yeah.
that we see every day, but still showing up no matter what time it is, no matter when you feel like doing it, just do it. Just go do it. Do
That's
it
right.
on a schedule, do it on a whim, just do it.
Make it happen. That's the thing, is make it happen. And you know what? Speaking of National Day of Writing, that might be something that you might want to do. Write down your goals, journal those things, and that may keep you even that much more accountable, right? So if you write it down and you see it and you know that's a goal, maybe it encourages you to keep pushing for it. Even if you don't think you're ready, it doesn't matter. You just want to start. And I want to say, welcome in everybody that's joining us on Facebook and YouTube through our restream tonight. So if you are joining us, please remember, like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell. You want to get notified when we go live, because our podcasts are live 5 days a week. And right now we're doing 4 p.m., which is working
4:15. Just
4:15.
be honest with the people. It's 4:15, y'all.
Let's
It's
say
4:15 every
4:15.
damn day. Okay. We pregame at 3:30 on Clapper, and we still 4:15 on the restream. This
There
is
you
how it
go.
works. This is
And
what happens,
there
people.
it goes.
Okay.
And we work with it. So that's another thing to think about, is when you're writing these goals down, just think about it that way. You don't have to have anything set in stone. Yes, it might be nice, but if you don't, it's okay. It's okay to fly by the seat of your
You can
britches,
have
right?
that outline too. You know, it doesn't have to be the whole entire, it could be just the bones. It
That's
doesn't
right.
have to be the meat too, because a lot of things we have like a meat and bones here, but there's no way. Well, I don't think we've said 2 words that are on our sheet yet. You know
No,
what I mean?
not
Like,
even. Not even.
we have it. But we know what we're doing. Like it says today's theme, the stories we write ourselves.
Yep.
We're not gonna say that to y'all. Well,
No.
that it
No.
looks cool on paper. We're like, hey, this looks great. You know, but that's not, no. So writing it down is a great element to have. It's a great way to weigh out things, but don't be too hard on yourself about having like all the meat. Some of that stuff just comes in, and being inspired by others and watching others go through these things real time, putting yourself in situations like the writing situation on Fridays with A&N over here on Clapper, or with George on Roku A&N. He's going to be doing that on Wednesdays, and I can get the
Yeah.
times and dates for you guys. Drop a comment if you want that. Get in our DM on all the platforms. At least for me, my DMs are open. Everything is public for me. If you harass me, I invite it. I will voodoo spell you. Your life will become a living hell. So be careful what you sow here. Okay.
That's right. That's right. My DMs are open as well. So if you have questions, please feel free to DM either one of us. Ask us those questions. If you're joining us for the first time, let us know that you're new. One thing that I like to do, Dorita, y'all know that I go live in the mornings, but one thing that I like to do is if somebody comes in and they're brand new, I like to say, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. So if you are new, let us know that you're new. If you're on your own journey, your own warrior's journey, let us know that too. It does not matter what the journey is. If you're on a journey and you're fighting through those battles, you are a warrior. So remember to let us know that as well.
And I want to ask everybody, what do you, God, Shredda? Okay, Shredda's writing is a little bit different than ours. It's over here on Procreate on Clapper, making magic again. It is absolutely incredible to watch that come to life. So I'm going to consider that a form of writing. I mean, how could that not be? It's just an artistic writing. So we're going to go ahead and say that kind of artwork, painting, and all that is just to me a form of writing.
That's
He
right.
is absolutely expressing himself all the time with that. And writing to me is a way to express yourself, to inform. Many things can be true at the same time, right?
Very,
And I do think that this is a form of writing. So look at that tree. I'm in
very
awe of
nice
you.
to meet you, Leanne. Very nice to meet you, Leanne. Welcome in.
Leanne, that's my best friend in real life. Get up
Oh,
here. You're
oh,
supposed to be supporting my show.
that's right.
Get up here. You're so beautiful. Hello, gorgeous. You guys, our links are all in our bios. Please go follow each other. It is
Right.
amazing to have you all supporting my girl down here. She does bookish stuff. Her content's incredible, just like ours. Again, trying to be here for each other. And when we are all networking, that is great. We're not feeding into the man. We're not feeding into a box idea. We're just all moving together like a well-oiled clock, and I am here for that. I'm here for that. So what I don't have, she has. What she doesn't have, he has, and vice versa. And we can all share that with each other and grow and just glow,
Yes.
just glow. And the writing. I'm going back to say this again because a lot of people heal through writing. Again, whether it's poetry or a song, which is a type of poetry to me, or the artwork, I feel
Yeah.
like that's so healing, even to watch or listen to it. Don't y'all agree?
Yeah.
What's up, Frankie?
And you know what, Jarita, I'll take that a little bit further. You know that I'm all into fitness and stuff like that, but that's another way that I do things is I could look up an exercise, but I like to write it down and know what I'm doing. So I'll break the steps down in writing and read them. And it just kind of helps me. And it also helps the people that I work. Oh, look, American has our Spotify up. Woohoo! Yay!
Thank
Uh,
you.
Thank you so much. But I like to write those things down. I love to get my exercise, know what I'm doing. I'll write my list of exercises that I plan to do, and then I'll write little descriptions of them, just little nicks that tell me what I'm supposed to be doing at what point. So it's just like little pieces and helps me put things together. And then I don't have to stress about that either. So sometimes writing just takes the stress off of things, right?
I'm a list person myself. And that takes a lot of stress off me. Now I might have a random list, y'all, anywhere on my phone, random list of lyrics. I literally have, I'm a list lady over here. So I feel that with your workouts, even though I mean, it would be the same, right? But it's all relative. The writing down again. I think it's about compartmentalizing things, organization in your head. Thank you, Shell, for coming over. Michelle says I am a list girl. Things to do. I write down things to do and then mark it off as I go. So I never mark it off. It's just for reference. I'm like, oh yeah, I have a list. I can look back at it. But your girl, y'all. I text me. I set me alarms. I have like 8 million alarms.
I'm an alarm setter. And you know what,
All
Shell, with
right.
list and marking off, it makes you feel accomplished, right? When you mark those things off, if you have a list and you've written things down and you can just scribble through that, you're like, yes, I got that done today, right? It's the best feeling in the world sometimes. I think
I
it's a
just
great thing.
I literally just look down. I'm like, okay, I did that, did that, did that. But mine are usually virtual now. So the marking off doesn't really work for me. I just like will notice in my text because my lists have become like individual text. So I have to like scroll up until I know that the list exists no more. So there might be 10 texts in between the lists as well, darlings, because
Yeah.
my list has literally turned it because I can just say, hey Siri, text tree to hold the mobile, you know what I mean? And it
Yep.
does the thing. So that's funny. Tell me
Michelle,
about your bones.
since you are in here, sorry about that. Since you are in here, I am putting a
Rocking.
comment in here, and that should be
Good.
our Spotify.
Thank you.
Let me know if you see that on. It looks like you're on on YouTube, but if for any reason you do get to go into Facebook, let me know that it's in there because it says there's some posts that won't be seen on some channels. So just
Thank
let us know.
you.
Thank you so much, so very much. Yay! Woohoo!
So
Woo.
you said you were in some kind of osteo something earlier, and I didn't understand what that meant. What did that mean?
Osteopenia,
Nia?
or pinina, what? Penny,
Uh,
panini.
panini bread sandwich.
We can make it whatever, right? Make it a
Right.
happy word. It is a pre-stage. So it's like a very beginning stage of osteoporosis, and that is where it usually starts. And so when you get to there, they start recognizing that and they start telling you, okay, you really need to increase your calcium. You need to start doing all the things to take care of your body even more. Um, and so it is a pre-stage of osteoporosis. um you have that stage and then you have your official osteoporosis, but that just kind of lets you it lets you see that you've got something going in that direction, and so then they can kind of give you tips and helpful things for that.
And what prompted them to look at that for you? Was it your surgeries and things like that?
Yeah, because I had had a hysterectomy and I was going through all of the menopausal, all the menopausal symptoms. I had all of the things for medical menopause. And then, of course, around that same time, I shattered my cartilage in my ankle. That was in 2007. So that was when I shattered my ankle. And so they were just doing basic checks, and that's how they found it. So it all kind of connected through all the things. Which is good though that they did that, right? Because if they had not done that, bone density, which is what you have to do, whenever
Right.
you go through menopause, they start doing bone density checks. And that is where they find out what stages you're at. And it'll be able to tell you if you are in any of the stages of menopause or if you're not. So they'll be able to check that. It's a very simple procedure too. Like it's not anything. It's just like a little scan. It's a very simple thing. And nothing that would hurt you or anything like that while they're doing it. It's nothing.
Right.
It was just a basic little
It
scan.
was like, yeah, it was like I had it done because of the cancer, and it was just that's why I asked it what I asked it. I asked what prompted yours.
Yeah.
And it was just like getting like not an MRI, but like
It's just like a little
just
thing
like a
that says,
picture, like yeah, like just I don't know, an X-ray, a body
yep,
X-ray.
yep. And you could probably say like a CT, because you know how the CTs, they go over you and some of them are open. But that's all it was just a little thing that goes over you and it scans everything and then goes back and then it's done. It's like 10
Right.
minutes. It
Yeah,
probably takes
exactly.
you
You
longer
have
than
to be
10
really
minutes.
still though, which was incredibly difficult for me.
Yeah. Yeah, being still.
Why is that? Everything itches, and you know what I mean? It's
Yep,
just so weird
yep.
to have to sit still. I feel like a little
I
kid
know. I
when
know.
somebody tells me to sit still. I
You're
swear
like,
it.
Excuse me, could you just tie me down for this so I can't raise my hand, itch my nose? My nose always seems to be what itches whenever
Same.
I get down there
Same.
and I have to stay still and they're like, don't move.
It does
And
look
then your nose, you're just like rotating your nose or you want to itch your nose or whatever. And that is the first thing that gets to me whenever they tell me to be still is my nose decides it wants to itch at the very moment. But
right.
it's a very simple thing. It probably takes you longer to check in to have it done than it does to actually have it done. But
So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm frantically searching for a phone cord.
so she can plug in. She must be running. Her battery must be going down.
It is over on the Clapper app, and of course, the only thing I have is a charger that needs an actual cube, and I don't. All I have are fast chargers, so I'm ah ha 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 ha.
She must have found it.
Oh no, it's a fast charger too. Holy hell! And all these are C
I
chargers.
did.
So I am having a
Yeah.
small issue real quick. Yep, a small issue because I'm on 10% over there and I need a regular cube. But I do know where one is. That's a cauldron. At the cauldron.
All right. While she steps out, we'll just kind of talk about that for a second. Um, Today, again, remember it is Osteoporosis Day, and on the 18th was National Menopause Day. So just remember, this is to raise awareness and break the stigma around menopause. It's emotional, it's physical, and it's mental changes that many, many women face, and it's a silent thing. Not everyone shows everything, right? Sometimes it's all inside. Um, it's a personal thing for a lot of women. Menopause isn't an ending, though. It's a transformation or a change. I like the word transformation rather than it's a change, because everybody says it's the change of life, right? Have you heard it that way?
Of
It's
course.
the women, you're going through the change of life. I think it's a transformation. I think that it is a way of transition, and you can learn from the things that are going on. It gets us more intuitive to our bodies, right? We start learning more about what's going on with our bodies. Maybe it makes us pay more attention to our bodies because sometimes we don't necessarily pay attention because if we're mothers and women are the ones that go through menopause, we're mothers, we're grandmothers, we're aunts, we're sisters, whatever it is. And we're focused on other things, right? We take care of people. That's what women do. We take care of other people. And so we lose that. And maybe that starts making you get back into that transition of thinking about yourself. So it's where we reclaim our rhythm, our rest, and our right to evolve. I love that.
I do too. And I'm never going to understand like why there is a stigma attached to that because everybody's going through it, right? Or half the
Mhm.
people in the world are going to go through it or are going through it. And
Yep.
I would say again, when we are talking about something like that, why is it okay to talk about a mental health issue but not a menopause issue?
Mhm.
Make it make sense, you guys. Quit putting a stigma out there. Quit putting yourself in a box and realize there are tools like, again, the Steep Me Tea Apothecary. I take a fertility, bless you. I take a fertility tea from there to change my hormones. Again, my cancer was hormone fed. So I take something to help with that. Now, is this recommended by my medical doctor? No, but they did recommend a medication that can cause uterine cancer. So I'm just trying to do something a little different. Medical practice is a practice and there's absolutely a time and place for it, and I'm so grateful, bless you, for those things. But I also think that maybe preventative, and that's what I've discussed. I've like tried to cure cancer with my chat GPT. I'm not gonna lie, it's one of the first things I asked it. And the reason that we can't do that is because it mutates, it does all these things, but there are things we can do to head it off, just like we can do for menopause, things we can do to curb those things, even breath work.
Yeah.
Even your hot flashes. Let me show y'all something real quick. I'm gonna show y'all something that's goofy. Go like this. Okay? Annoying. Now, but for real, Breathe in. Exactly. What happens is the specific heat of your teeth are cooler than your mouth. And when you're doing that, it immediately causes cool air to go into your bloodstream, cooling off your body. So that's one way. There's so many different things. And I agree, menopause isn't an issue. There are so many things you can do to head it off. There's so many things you do, again, to bring awareness. Once you're aware of certain things, you're like, you know what? I might be a little ass right now because I'm a little hormonal. Maybe I'm a little irritated right now.
Right.
And when you're aware of those things, you kind of aren't doing them as easily
Yep.
because you see that you don't want to be like good people don't want to be bad, bad people don't want to be good.
Right.
Most of the people that are being attracted into this space are wanting to make a change or wanting to become more aware. And the reason we talk about these different things is because we aren't aware of them.
Yeah.
We aren't. We want to know more about it. We want to hear from you guys. What's up, Truth? I love you. Thank you guys for coming in. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell, and make this space a ripple effect like it needs to. Like everybody could come in and tell us your story. We want to hear about your day, about your limitation, your liberation. We want to learn from you. So please get in our DM, you guys. They are absolutely open, which brings us to the next thing. You know what? I do want to do my little mini mantras here because
Yes, ma'am.
I did get a little messed over with all of the things and the distractions. I loved this one for the writing that we did. Every word I write is a seed I sow. From pain, from purpose, I continue to grow. And then the one we did for osteoporosis is my bones remember how to stand tall even when life tries to make me small. And you can do the one for the menopause, darling, before we go over to the yummy brandied fruits. I can't wait to talk about that.
I know, right? So the main mantra for look, I totally forgot. See, brain fog is another menopausal symptom. Brain fog. I honor this change. I trust this flow. My power deepens as I let go.
Beautiful. I love that. I trust this. And you should trust this process. Just be aware of the things that are going to be a little different. Again, going to be maybe a little uh edgy. What
Mhm.
is that your doggy?
I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's my
I was
dog.
like, what is that? Is that my dog?
No, I apologize. I think the school bus is running, so she likes to bark at the kids that come off the bus. I really
That's
feel like that's what
cute.
it
Your
is.
dog is cute. I would expect it to have a deeper bark.
Well, it's the happy bark. That's her happy bark.
Oh,
And
oh, so she's like excited, like get over here and play
yeah,
with me.
yeah.
I
She's like,
see.
hey, I'm here. You want to come play? You want to come play? That's her bark. Now, whenever she's like, if it's at night and she sees something, it gets a lot deeper. It's like, "Rrr," she's like, I'm gonna get you, kind of thing. But
Thank you so much. It's
maybe I need some of that brandied fruit today to kind of get through all this allergy stuff I got going on. Maybe that'd help.
Well, let me tell you the purpose of that today. The purpose of this is to celebrate a classic way of preserving fruit, a sweet symbol of patience and savoring what lasts. I
Oh,
absolutely love that. We are not still enough. We're always going. So I said, sometimes it makes you slow down. This makes me slow down.
yep.
And I need that. Or otherwise, I'm just going to run myself into the ground. You guys are going to run yourself into the ground. We are trying to fit in so much all the time. And a lot of it's not value that we're putting in. A
Hmm.
lot of it isn't preserving us.
Yeah.
We're
Yep.
literally like chipping away at ourselves instead of coming and doing something to make ourselves better. Like we were talking about earlier, taking
Yep.
care of yourself is not vanity, it's a legacy.
Yep. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Jinx,
Yeah.
you
So I
owe me
mean,
a Coke, girl.
yeah. It's just like taking the time to care, right? And turn simple things into something rich and lasting. And that's how healing works too. If you think about it, you take that time, you focus on it, you give yourself that grace if you need to, and that kind of helps with your healing process. So that's another way to look at it.
Mm, yep. And it just, that again deepens with time. That
Hmm.
time that you have to stop and spend, you guys, that time of being still, that time preserving yourself, spending maybe extra on your feet. We do not take care of our feet good enough, y'all. We walk on those forever. I love taking care of my peats. That's what I call them with Jackie, my peats. I love being able to preserve myself that way, or my skin, doing an extra little rice mask or something, the other day we had National Esthetician Day. Maybe
Yep.
talk to somebody like that. Maybe they can help you. Again, those things are legacy. Having that time to yourself is pouring into your cup. You can't pour out from an empty cup. And that could be writing, like we said earlier. It
Hmm.
could be doing beautiful artwork like Shredda is over here on our Clapper app. We're going live from like 6 apps right now, you guys. And if you follow us on Clapper, good Lord, he's just got a whole mountain scene, which I almost wore my sweater today that says the mountains are calling, because they are. Take me to the mountain. Somebody come get me. Patience is flavor. Grace is sweet. Time turns ordinary into a treat.
Which brings us to our next international day, which would be International Chef's Day. This is to
Somebody
honor.
come over and cook. Come
I
over.
know, right? This is just to honor the chefs around the world and to encourage kids to make healthier food choices. If you get your kids in the kitchen and you let them help you, or let them watch you as you cook things, it opens their minds up to new possibilities for cooking, and then that makes them it helps them make healthier choices.
We were on A&N this morning listening. If y'all don't follow Elevated Bliss and Trip, this morning they played a clip, and the guy was like, Elevated was sitting there talking, and he said his child was at a sports game, and he had said three things that were very stern in what to do, and the child's little. And this lady looked over, she goes, "Don't you think that's a bit much for a kid?" And he said, "Kids only know what we teach them."
Hmm.
That is so powerful. That is not in my script again, guys. Don't go off this stuff, but
Right.
I just feel a huge synchronicity that I had to say here. And that
Yep.
is applicable to everything, you guys.
Yep.
Your children are watching, your children are the future. The other day, when I was saying goodbye to my grandmother, I kissed at her feet on her little beautiful box. My daughter turned right around and started to do the same thing. I almost fell in. It was very traumatic for me. I'm so glad I was holding her, but it just turns around. They do everything that we do, just
Yep.
no cooking fish sticks anymore. Yeah, I mean, add a little flavor, add some flavor, add some preserve.
That's right. That's right.
Put
That's
some time into it, big. Unless they're, I guess you could make homemade fish sticks. How would that be? Has anybody
mm,
ever done that before?
mhm.
National Chef's Day.
Yep.
Okay, so life is constantly changing, right? Our
Yep.
recipes are constantly changing. You could say the same thing. We are constantly adding a new spice, and if you're not, you're doing it wrong.
That's right.
There's no good in bland. Nobody wants bland.
Yep.
Nobody wants that. And if you're taking preventative measures and preserving yourself, maybe you don't ever have to go to the bland.
Yep. Add that spice and just create something nourishing with it.
Ooh, you can put intention into cooking, right?
Hmm.
And I said last night we were asked, and I'm going to ask you guys this too. What do you think magic is? What do you think magic is? I said um introducing an element into the timeline with intention.
Hmm.
So when you are braiding your hair, and asking for protection or wisdom, whatever the case may be, or you are cooking and you want it to nourish your body, like literally say that. Your words, I say this every day, your words are so powerful. Literally say, I want this to give me the nourishment I need to do all the things I need to do today. Give my children the nourishment they need for their brains to grow and wrap their heads around the certain concepts they're trying to learn. I want this to block cancer. I want this to block heart disease. Say those things out loud while you're preparing your food.
Yep.
blessing them, giving gratitude, all those things, saying them out loud to the universe. If you don't
Yep.
believe in God, that is irrelevant here. Don't say thank you to God then. Say thank you to yourself. Just
Yep.
say thank you. The semantics of it are irrelevant.
Yeah. And you know, Jarita, I'm going to add to that, and the intention is perfect way to put that. But if you go into your cooking and you have the intention with love, right? A lot of people say your flavors come from your emotions in it too. So if you are happy and you love what you're doing and things like that, your love goes into that and it shows,
It does.
right? It shows.
Absolutely.
So just be intentional and be love. Show the love when you're doing that. When you're
In
doing that,
anything, when you say
anything.
that, your hair is so pretty today. In it literally in anything, it shows when you're doing your hair, when you're doing your makeup, when you're doing your writing, when you're doing your art. God, look at that sky he is creating. I may pass out. His drawings are just something else. And this is just something he offers in here because he loves us over on the clapper. I pray that we can put these. It'd be so cool to integrate these because I do love it when there are a bunch of people on our stage. I do love it. They are respectful and sit back and comment. Like American just says magic. His definition, a sacred moment in life. Nothing in cosmos can deny the individual. And I love that as well.
Yep.
That's beautiful. Anybody else, if you have a definition of magic, we would love to hear it. I thought that was such a beautiful question. I thought about making content out of it, and I may still do that with my little boutique for tomorrow. I thought it'd be pretty because I believe that that space is magical because I'm able to go out and find things that I can make a living on, but everybody else can get this like great deal on, you know? So I think that's magical. I go with intention. I look for certain things. Be like, you know what? That reminds me of Rachel. That reminds me of Denise. That reminds me of Storm. You know, I love doing that. It reminds me of Leanne. That reminds me of Big. And that doesn't mean, hey, I need you to do this, but I'll show it to you like, hey, I got this. If it reminds me of them, it probably is going to resonate with someone else in my space.
Mhm.
And keeping those intentional movements help my business.
That's right.
They will help your business. See where this is all relative and connected, you guys?
Yep.
It's all connected. It's
And
all
and
connected.
then with your intention of helping people and the things that you do, it feels right. We feel that from the way you do it and what you do and the efforts that you put into it. We see the love that you put into what you do. So there goes the whole circle of intention to coming out on the other side.
I think that's why people are attracted to Taylor Swift. She has so many Easter eggs and so much intention put into every little piece of what she does, to her titles, to her songs, the way but like she just did this Life of a Showgirl talking, you know, about all these different people, Elizabeth Taylor and all these different inspirations. Like she puts great intention to it. She puts different times, different dates. She used a lot of numerology. Again, regardless of if you like her or not, I think the reason that people are drawn to that is because she puts great intention for her audience
Yep.
to be like, wow, and it is when I see those things, I'm like, man, that is amazing that you did that. So regardless of whether you like her or not, that model is a great model. What
Yeah.
a great model. I love that.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like I do this, you know, with my children's birthday parties, with my jewelry, with my little intention broom things, everything that I do. And I feel like you do this with your movements in the morning and you do them with such precision and intention and modification because, again, constantly changing.
Yep.
When
Absolutely.
we are modifying our life to fit those changes in the face of adversity, in the face of change because of things we can't control in our environment, all of these things. And if we are moving that with intention, even if we don't know what that is, we have to look into someone else,
Yep.
research it somewhere else, be inspired to do that. I'm going to beat y'all over here. Somebody better put some hearts over here. I'm going to have some mod remove y'all. It's the mods doing it. Just
No. I was gonna
okay.
say it's your mods. You might
I know. I'm gonna have mods remove y'all. It's my main mods. Taylor, if you're seeing this, don't mind them, girl. Two negatives equal a positive.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Oh my goodness. Well, let's do the little mantra. Gratitude's the secret spice. It turns every meal into something nice.
That is so sweet. You a cute lady.
Great. I love that. I love it. I love that.
So today we wrote, we reflected. It is cute, isn't it? It's so cute. We remember, we show that strength comes in many different forms. Expression comes in many different forms, from words to bones to the recipes that we create in life. Nope. We nourish our souls.
Yep.
That I'm going to say, you guys, create your best day, and we'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central.
And guys, remember through it all, we keep showing up, and we rewrite, we rebuild, we remind ourselves that our story isn't over, it's unfolding. And just remember, this is your journey. You need to embrace it, and you're not alone.
You are not alone. I didn't sing to you. It was only one day. I messed up, but I'll say you are not alone. Goodbye, you guys. See you tomorrow. I write my truth. I honor my frame. I rise with grace, unashamed. Every season, every page. Strength and softness, both the same.